You're listening to the Hot Topics podcast with Psycho 4081, the lovely Lady Lamb Chop, and the fabulous Felonious Feather. Let's get into it.
Fabulous, really. Fabulous.
Fabulous.
You don't even have to spell. You don't have to pronounce
I said
stuff.
fabulous.
Fabulous.
I didn't say fabulous.
That's what you said.
Did I say fabulous?
Yes.
I wasn't even paying attention.
It's not the first time, but I've been wanting to say it. But
I have to pay attention when I listen back.
Welcome to another episode of Hot Topics podcast. I'm Psycho 4081. That's the fabulous
hallelujah.
Felonious Feather.
Mm-hmm.
Feather, not feather.
No, not Feather.
Okay,
Feather.
I was been calling her Feather.
And the lovely Lady Juicy Lamb Chop.
Hello, everyone. Hi, family. Why does he have to be so special?
Juicy.
Mm.
You know that was your part of your full name, so
Originally,
You know,
it
yeah.
was Juicy Lamb Chop. You're right. Originally, that was the name. Thank you so much for that.
let's see what was Felonious's
Nothing.
original
I
name.
don't
Let
have.
me think.
I don't have any. You never
You do.
give me. No.
You do?
No.
You do?
No.
We have to think of names for him
You
because
just
he
give-
thinks
you
of
just call
names
me,
for
like,
us.
Comfort and stuff like that. That's my original name. I think Comfort. Yeah, and then people will think that that's my actual name because they kept calling me that.
No.
Comfort, blessing, innocent.
No, Comfort stock. Like you just like that. Like you like that one.
So today's discussion is going to be on sex.
Cells.
Let's talk about
That's right.
sex, baby.
Let's talk about you. And one thing I can relate with the old people.
Oh, with sex, huh?
No.
With
the song.
sex,
The
yeah.
song.
Yeah,
She was talking
right.
about the
no,
song.
but it had to be about sex. That's all we want.
Whatever.
Right? So, we're going to talk about sex sells,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So here we are in the 21st century. And
So can you say that properly? Because it could also mean sex sells. Would you?
You mean like prostitution?
CELLS.
C-E-L-L. What's sex sells? Spermatozoa?
That's what I'm saying. Like they might not know what the topic actually means. What you're saying.
I know
We're
it's
talking
sex.
about. We're going to
Selling
discuss
sex.
how
Yes.
sex sells.
Cells.
Yes.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Not like in.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Do you know what the name of the two sex cells though? The actual name,
No. What? Like what?
like spermatozoa.
Spermatozoa.
I mean, I know
yes.
that. And what's the other?
I don't know.
I thought you knew. You asking questions.
I forgot. I knew it when I started the question.
Spermatozoa is the sperm.
Yes.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
flies to the.
What was the hint? The clue in that one?
You know what? Why you being ridiculous?
I was just saying, what was the clue?
Don't. Yes, that's the look. That's the look he should get.
Say it.
If looks could kill.
As we were saying.
Yes. Yes. As we were
All right. So
saying.
yeah, we want to talk about how sex sells, and this is we're going with our modern time. Also, you know, this is not the first time it's done that, right?
What do you mean? What are you saying?
How sex sells in, you know, movies, merchandise, advertisements, everything. Everything's about sex these days. So we're going to talk about that. So
Sex is a liquidative business or lucrative.
lucrative.
Yes.
Yeah. Liquidative.
I let it go.
Plus,
Wow.
I'm like,
Wow.
maybe it's one of them Nigerian, sayings.
I meant to say
The elbow grease thing.
lucrative.
Absolutely.
Lucrative.
It is. So
So we should think more about that in that part.
with selling?
Yeah, selling.
Okay, well, OnlyFans,
Sell away.
You said you wanted to sell your feet.
Listen,
it
I
thought-
wasn't mad at them people. That's, you know, like I said, they don't know your face. They don't know who you are.
All right, so sex sells, right? You always hear that, right? And
Not-
especially in
Not in that word.
you never heard that before?
Sex sells.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No.
Oh God, it's in everything.
It's right.
So if you look at TV, commercials, movies, magazines,
Oh, definitely magazines.
everything, there's always an element of sex in there because they know it's going to attract people's interest. even the you talk about the newer movies that's coming out, not the movies that's been out. They always want to add that, what do you call it, nudity and sexual such, because it gives it realism, and people is going to bring
They're gonna relate with it. Or
because it's going to bring that attention. Like you know, I know Lamb Chopper told me when she looks at movies on was it a Netflix, she makes sure that it says graphic sex on there. You know, and nudity.
That sounds like something you like.
Yeah, doesn't that sound like Psycho?
More like you.
To see if it's good. And it's like she'll say, hey, you know, it's like you used to always tell me, you know, when I suggest movies to you, right? You remember what you're saying?
I like what?
You would
Porn,
say, no, that wasn't porn. You would say, does it have any TNA in it?
Okay.
That is definitely a Psycho. You do not use that language. TNA, that is definitely Psycho.
All right.
But let's talk a little bit about that, or we'll get to that. You know,
Okay.
the ratings on TV shows
Oh, God.
because of.
Who started all that?
Well, let's just you know we'll work our way to that.
All right.
How's that? We'll work our way to that.
So the whole thing about sex cells, where did that originate?
You know, I had the question before we even started. Like, this United States was founded on, you know, Puritans and high religion, and
Right.
how did we go from that to, you know, sex is in every single thing.
Yep.
And even in the 50s and 60s, you really didn't see a lot. I mean, a bra commercial was, oh my God, you better not put a commercial on TV with a woman that's showing her breasts. You know, so how did we get from that to here?
Well, you know, it did gradually get there, because even
Yeah.
back in talking about the 50s and 60s, you know, what was considered sexy in selling sex was when you had the woman with the we call them long gloves.
Yes.
Right, with the long cigarette holder holding up a cigarette. That was sexy. So that was kind of like, oh my God, they putting that on, you know,
Right.
on TV and the, you know, whatever. So I think that it has always sold, is just that as time goes on and we're more accepting of it, and it gets more, you know, liberal
Graphic.
with it. Yeah, graphic and liberal with it. So I think, you know, even with the dress, you know,
Right.
now, I mean, we always say that fashion cycle,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh, they got the little mini skirt. But when you look in the 20s, they had the same thing.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. They had flapper skirts and all
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, fashion does it. It definitely cycles. But women didn't show a lot of skin. They did not for a very long time. Or at least let me rephrase that. Respectable women didn't show a lot of skin. And
Right.
even on old TV shows, the man and the woman didn't even share the same bed.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, they
How old? Like when you growing up?
Yeah, 50s.
60. Yeah, 60s. They
trying to
probably did.
But Carol and Mike shared the same bed.
Yes.
And
So,
when was that?
so that was 70s.
That was 70s?
That was. I thought Brady Bunch was 70s.
Oh, maybe. It
Yeah.
was.
Lucy and Ricky did not share
Oh,
the
you're
same
right,
bed.
you're right.
Yeah. Any
And they were
older
married for
shows.
real.
Right. They were married in real life. So any older shows, like most of them are black and white. Now that I
Right.
think about it, the married couple didn't share a bed.
Wow.
Yeah. So
See, you need to learn from your elders. that's a beautiful thing.
don't make me smack you for calling me old. I'm sorry, I do not promote violence.
All right. Well, I mean, but it has, and that's a good point. I didn't think about that. All the things back in the day was more or less sex appeal, and that was selling.
Right.
Even
right.
when it comes to, and I always point to cigarettes. You know,
Right.
he had the guy, the Marlboro man.
And he was rugged
with the horse, and he had the jeans on, the cowboy hat, and you know whatever. But you know, going back, look at I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh, it was a whole big deal when she showed her belly button.
Yeah,
Like she couldn't show her navel on TV.
which is really funny.
It's hilarious now because you know you get an ass cheek out. But she could not show her belly button. So, but
Wow.
she was still sexy, and it
Yeah.
sold in a way. And let me just put this out there: a lot of this stuff was geared towards men,
Right.
and I still feel like a lot of it
Right.
is still geared
And
towards men.
I agree, and that's probably
No.
why it sells.
Right.
They know what sells.
Right.
You know, people. And I looked at the Playboy magazine because of the articles.
Oh,
but
sure.
a lot of them didn't.
Yeah, right.
They did have some good articles though.
And you ain't see none of them naked women in there.
They had a couple of them in there. I don't remember them, but you know, Playboy, Penthouse. You know, what was the one that was really off the hook? Hustler.
Okay.
You remember those?
I was gonna say, I don't know why he looking at me when he asked
Because
which
I'm
one
not
was
guy.
on. Like,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Yeah.
You never heard of those magazines though?
I know Playboy.
Playboy. They had Playgirl,
I
yeah.
just know Playboy.
but
Yeah.
but not Penthouse.
No.
Who was that? Who was that? Bob Guccione on that.
Who was Larry Flint?
Larry Flint was a hustler.
Hustler. Okay.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure you sure. Yeah. I'm sorry. Why did I ask? Why did I ask?
That's his specialty.
You
so
know that
he'll-
is his specialty. You're
he'll
right.
know. Mhm.
You are right.
Yup.
Now, listen, I watch a lot of black and white movies, a lot of them. And it wasn't even even if he gave her a kiss, it wasn't like he was all over her, hands everywhere. It was just like
it was a press.
yeah, it was a press. You know, they kind of pressed their lips together. You didn't see any tongue. It wasn't,
Right.
you know, he didn't have his hand up her skirt. None of those things. And even like if the thought of they were going to have sex, it would be things like you mentioned the glove. Like she would slowly take off
Right.
her glove.
Right.
And it was supposed to put you in the idea that she was undressing.
Or I don't know if you remember this, but they would cut away from it and then they would show fireworks.
Yes, yes, they would do that.
No,
yeah.
not.
she looking at us like, what are those old people talking about? Like, what
All right,
are those
so
old people talking about?
From your perspective, and we going back to when you were young, like I guess under 12. Well, all right. So when he first got TVs in Nigeria, so I guess what, 17, 18.
When I
What is wrong with you?
No, all right. So when you were young, under like 12 and under, what can you remember about certain movies or advertisement or commercials on TV? How they, and it happens everywhere, how they sold sex.
So for us, it's still whatever you have will still be, or maybe what you had in the 60s was what we had growing up at my own time, because they are big on covering, protecting yourself,
Okay,
and all
even
of that.
today.
Yes. So it's just so even growing up, you're not, even as a kid, you're not even allowed to sit in the living room when any movie shows kissing. And the most they do is
Wow.
kissing.
Really?
They don't show the part where they actually do whatever
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
bed and all.
they're not
You just know
having
they
sex.
did something. They just sat on the bed and that's it. You can picture it that okay, they had sex. That's it. They don't show the scenes. But now they try to be more open and try. Some movies
Okay.
try to show.
So now they can
these
hold
days-
hands.
Yeah. Some movies these days try to go more or go deeper and try to be, even though no matter how deep or how exposed they become, they're still behind where you
Okay,
guys are concerned is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So yeah.
I know because I watch some South African movies and television series, and they're almost like this. here.
Okay,
So
okay.
they got some good stuff out there.
Right.
And
Are you talking about breasts?
everything. So they really big up to South Africa. But yeah, they're getting there, and I think out of all the foreign movies that I've seen, particularly in Africa, they are the most progressive.
Okay.
Now in Europe,
Oh yeah, they show it all.
oh yes,
They show it all.
before you couldn't have, like, they would show like breasts,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But you was never no frontal nudity, that's what they called it, and
Right.
definitely not a male's
No,
frontal
men.
nudity.
Yeah.
Even today, even for us, even adverts, ads, and everything, no sexual, whatever, no nudity. Even till now, even you go to Nigeria. I've heard of stories where you go into like a government, whatever, and then you have to take off your eyelashes. You have to take out your hair.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to. If you have a nose piercing, you have to take it out, or they're not going to attend to you. You know, it's kind of
Oh, wow.
They still do that. Yeah, I've seen people that coming from here trying to get
Go
over
there,
there to do
yeah.
something, and maybe they had to go into like a government place, and all these women that they're like, anybody that is not playing the way they expect you to be, then you're a bad person automatically for us. Yes,
You know,
like
I'm not going to say I won't even say that's a bad thing.
they feel like you're just uncultured, you're just
Right.
exposed,
Oh,
you're
wow.
wild, you know what I'm saying? So like tattoos, terrible. Dreads for guys, like locks for guys, bad, you're a bad guy automatically. So they judge you by your looks already. Piercings, you're a bad girl. So that's how it is. Yeah. What? Whatever.
So that means so if they leave there and they come over to the USA.
That's what you want to say. Yes, I didn't pierce my nose.
They just go wild.
So wild. It's just so piercing.
Next episode, Nigerian women going wild in the USA.
What is wrong with you? That is too funny. I don't think that's too much of a bad thing, because I think
you can't go to your church. So you know what's funny? It's double standards. Even for us, I was having this conversation with my friend Hannah the other day, and I'm like, is God in Nigeria different from God in America or abroad? Because it's like, it's the things they let you do here, you cannot do it there. I'm like, it's not the same God. It's the same church. Right. It's the same branch or whatever. It's the same church. It's the same doctrine. So why here you can put on pants, you can put on whatever. There, some churches will not let you. The same branch of the church here is different from the church I attend. Apparently, the church I attend here, apparently they don't leave their hair on. They have to cover their hair.
Oh yeah.
They have to wear skirts, no pants allowed, and all of that and no earrings or little earrings and stuff. But here, they let us put on pants. And so I'm like,
so I think a lot of those things are not so much religious doctrine, is more cultural. So, and of course, you're going to marry the two. So if you were in a place where you had the culture that's like that and the religious thing, you're going to merge that. So over here, obviously the culture over here is like, do whatever you want.
Yeah, come as you are. Come as you are.
And with that, so it's a little bit more lax.
But they make it look like it's a sin. You know what I'm saying?
It is, because if you just imagine if they came here and they didn't have, they said, well, you can't have tattoos, you can't have earrings, you can't have this and that. Guess
Nobody's
what?
going to go to church.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And then they would lose out on that money.
It's not about the money. Go sleep.
Yeah,
Go sleep.
no more
It's not about the money.
door
It's not about
door
the money.
fees.
It's not about the money.
gosh,
Whatever.
what's
It's
wrong
not about
with
the
you?
money. But then, so that's what I'm like. Okay.
I think, but she's right. And it has changed over the years, because when I was growing up going to church, we weren't allowed to wear pants. We could, but my grandmother and my aunt who took us to church was like, you're not wearing pants to church, and you had to look a certain way in church.
Right.
So it has changed along.
And then when people
way.
stop coming because of the strict whatever, guess what? They don't care. Because that collection plate is less.
Oh my God.
No, I'm serious. That money makes
the world
a different,
go round.
in every aspect. Seriously, I'm not saying just because it's church. I'm saying it's in church. Every aspect of this society is based on money. Just like, even if you, let's not get off on that, but
yeah,
we talk about sex sales, just like in the top 10 richest pastors, 7 of them are in Africa. Right,
because that's where they believe God is. So I realize that a lot of our problems is not spiritual. It's
financial
infrastructure as well. It's like, you're going to pray now here. What do I need to pray for when I'm here? We have light. We have good road. A trailer, it's not going to fall on me suddenly. So things that can kill you there are a lot, because of bad roads. So you're going to be like, oh, it's my enemies that are after me. But the road is going to make whatever fall on you, or because of no electricity, many things that you get to do and can die in that process. You know what I'm saying? But here you have everything. There's not much to kill you, to say, hey, my enemies are after me. You get what I'm saying? So
there's a lot here to kill you.
No, not like in that aspect. Now, if
not in the spiritual realm.
Yeah, to think, oh, my enemies are after me, or it's a spiritual thing or whatever. But over there, so many things, because of bad roads, because of everything, is going to be like, oh, they died suddenly because of an accident, because of, now you have to pray, oh God, don't let me have an accident, don't let them kidnap me, don't let armed robbers come to my house, don't, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of prayers that over here, it's not really a thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's what?
No, I'm just agreeing with you.
So mostly it's, so back on the subject, is sex is still not, is now, even now it's wild, but it's still not there. It's not as much as
It's not,
here.
Right.
not open.
Yeah,
And
because
right,
even
right.
movies, when I growing up, I remember movies that we used to watch a lot was like Christian movies, Christian-based movies. My mom used to watch American movies, British movies, Indian movies, you know. So, but then still, she loved Indian movies.
they are hilarious though.
No, they just became worse. No, I don't. They just became really, really bad. I don't know what they're trying to sell, but yeah, it wasn't as bad as before. Then they used to sing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that was their thing. But now, you know, as I grew up, I'm like, why was I so into Indian movies? The movies are so stupid.
Well, your taste change as you
Also-
become older.
Also, they probably had the higher budget. So again, it goes back to money. So the people with the money make the rules. People with the money dictate how things go. People with the money dictate advertising, dictate what's going to sell in the movies. So if, like, let's say if I went to some remote country, right, and I know that they're really, really strict, their movies, and I need to rely on them for my money, I'm not going to put that in there.
Right.
But if I go to the world's biggest economy, the U.S. or UK or Nigeria, whatever, and I know that I can sell certain things to make me more money, guess what? It's going to be basically a cultural shift into
How you do things.
Right.
Right.
You know, it's funny these days. I see some stuff on Instagram, and I'm like, it's a normal thing. It will be a normal thing here, but then anything you do. So there's this clip of one guy interviewing a girl, and then they were asking her, so what do you do for money? She's like, I have rich men that take care of me, that do this and do that, and I can sleep with them, I can spend the night there. And you're saying this publicly, it's like a taboo for us. It's
Right.
like they're like, do you even have family? So all the comments like, and you have parents and you have family members watching you, you know what I'm saying? So it's strict on stuff like that. You don't do stuff because of your family, because they'll be like, do you have family at all? Do you have and you have parents,
you
and
have a
you're
name.
saying this exactly. So
Right.
that
it
name
goes
means
back.
things, right?
Right.
But so that's now speaking of Instagram, that's a cultural shift too, because when Instagram first came out,
Yeah.
when TikTok first came out, oh my God, you can get anything on there. People were doing whatever until they started clamping down on that. Now they certain words you can't say.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can say
I
yes.
made a comment and called somebody that ass, and they said you are blocked for this amount of days.
That's
and I was
crazy.
like, ass is
Yeah,
not
so if you're gonna
you
put
know?
ass, you put A, and then you
the
put the dollar or
stars,
the dollar
signs.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
so-
I was just like, ass is nothing.
You can't. They'll
Yeah,
criticize
I
you for
got
saying
blocked.
kill. So now everybody says unalive.
Right?
Yeah, on the
that's
life.
crazy. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
That's to me, that's nonsense.
Yeah,
it's
it
nonsense.
is.
But there's a cultural shift of somewhat. So the cultural shift in a lot of things was to draw back on that, to reel back on that, right?
To reel back on what, like
On-
over sex,
right?
Okay.
And I think what it was is not so much of the societal thing. It was more or less of a woman thing. Not objectifying women,
Right,
and
right.
have an equal thing, because
It's
obviously
still happening though.
It does, it does, but that's a cultural shift in that.
Right.
So, why do you think sexuality continues to dominate advertising and entertainment despite those cultural shifts?
Because like you said, it sells. It gets
Exactly.
people. It gets people
Riled up.
attention.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna pay some attention to it. It gets people's, like, as soon as you pay attention to that, I was like, hey, did you see that blah blah blah? So you're talking to your friends about
Right.
it, and then they're talking to so it's going to sell. You're going to pay attention to.
Have you seen that? There's this thing that they do, and then they show maybe a girl walking with a big ass, or maybe a girl walking with a big ass and all of that, and then they come and ask you, okay, so what was the color of the
What was the color of her skirt? You were like,
or
I
yeah,
don't know.
or the color of the cabin?
Yeah.
It's like, what cat?
Listen, my girlfriend sent me this recipe. This guy was making this recipe, right? But I couldn't even look at the recipe. I could not tell you what he was making. I could not to this day tell you what he was making. So when I responded back to her, and I was like, was there a recipe? And she was like, exactly. Like, so I didn't see any of that.
So for some reason, people's mind just goes when it comes to like
Right.
sex or
Right.
stuff like that.
Do you
or-
think it could be helped? Or is it something like an automatic response?
It's an automatic
Automatic
response now.
Okay, so speaking of social media, every time you see somebody, a so-called influencer, right? You have women, especially, they're walking down the street and they have their phone, up, and it's showing, and they got a T-shirt on with no bra, right? So they're just walking, and their thing is bouncing, and you can see the nipples and everything.
I'm watching the wrong influencers, but go ahead. Because I don't see none of that.
Probably Felonious be pushing all that on my timeline, but it was, all over my timeline, right? So there's a lot of them, and that's all they do. They don't have nothing to say. They just walk and they do.
And they have a lot of followers. They have
100,000
subscribing and all of that on your Snap, like you've told me.
Yes, they do a lot. So
okay, so clearly,
girls
look up Hot Topics podcast on Instagram. Felonious and Lamb Chop
are not going to be there.
We're going to boost our
we're not going to be there. Yeah.
So it's like today I saw somebody say they make to subscribe is 300,000 naira, not for
what, $6
for. It's so annoying. Not
I'm
funny.
sorry.
That's not funny.
Why do you have to be so special? Why?
That's like
look,
200. That's like
$200.
$200 plus.
Okay.
So
that's a lot of money.
exactly.
Even American dollars, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
$200 to subscribe.
plus. Yeah.
And is that a year? That's a year or?
I don't know, for 45 or for a month or something like that. For a month.
Well, you gotta look at OnlyFans.
It was
That's $50 a month. Some people are $5, $10, but they, if you gotta.
But what do they do though? So
I mean, it varies.
So why am I going to pay to see somebody do what?
But you're not the target audience,
Right.
Who's going to pay for stuff like that?
Men.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you're looking at let's say if we decided all three of us did a different page, right? You had yours, I had mine, you whatever. So I want to charge $1 for mine. I'm probably going to make about $3 a month. But now you guys, if you did it, and you did like say $50 a month, you guys be like $50,000 a month, $60,000. You would make a lot more money.
Okay, so what am I doing wrong now? Tell me how to do this.
But that's literally that's what happens because they know men are going to buy. Men are going to send that attention and change everything.
Well, for one, men usually tend to make more, so they have a little more disposable income.
Yeah, exactly.
And they can, shoot a few dollars somebody's way,
right?
So they could do that. But
also too, now here's the trick, because a lot of the women would kind of make it like, oh, join my thing, and we can talk, we have conversations, giving them the idea
that it is one-on-one,
and that they're gonna make something out of it.
Oh,
yes. That's what happens. Women ain't doing that.
It's not happening.
So that's the big difference. So I don't think it'll ever scale back. They'll just change the format.
But I think sexual is mostly guys that are into stuff. A lot of guys that are into stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say that.
Because I'm not gonna go crazy over. I can look. I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool, but I cannot go crazy over a shirtless guy. We have some people
I'm not
that
sending
do
you
that.
my
You know
money.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even generally, even the what's it called, the ads and stuff. It's mostly women that are on those ads.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
It's for men.
Yes.
Because
and it works both ways too, because the ads will maybe attract the attention of a man. Maybe the man will say, even if it's a product for a man, as a woman, oh, you smell so good, with that little thing, but they got the cream, the body cream. It's like it has pheromones in it, and everybody's like, oh my god, what do you smell like? You're going crazy. But it's also for women too, because it'll attract women who want to be like that, to get that attention. So is a
Well, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying the man is going to buy this particular cologne because it attracts women,
right?
Okay, so I can see it in the reverse.
Or you might even have a commercial about lipstick, right? So obviously a man ain't gonna go buy no lipstick like that,
right?
But a woman still will, because of how sexy the woman looks.
A man can buy the lipstick if he sees the woman.
No man's gonna buy lipstick.
No, you can buy the color. Like, I'm gonna like this on my girl.
Yeah, no, he's not gonna buy
it. He is gonna say, I saw this color. I think it would look good on you. You go buy it.
And you're lucky for that, because
and the only time he would buy it if it's Mother's Day or something like that.
He's gonna ask somebody.
Right.
Yeah, but that's
he's not gonna go buy it.
But that's not even sexual though.
No.
Oh,
stuff.
lipstick is very sexual. Oh,
No.
we need to talk about phallic symbols. Lipstick is absolutely a phallic symbol.
It is.
It really is.
But they'll open the lipstick slowly, right? Let it rise
And let
up.
it rise.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And it's red.
And then put it-
put it right on that lip. The
Yep.
bottom. Let's start with the lip right here.
Yeah, it starts with the bottom
Right.
generally, so
Yeah.
it's not a
You
thing.
go like this,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It's not, that's not even sexy. You don't even look sexy.
Not with him doing it.
But the woman does it, right? So again, it's selling to women. So women are thinking, okay, I'm going to be sexy
If
the
I get
same
this
way.
lip-
If I get the
yep.
same,
I'm
right?
gonna look like her if I
Yes.
get this lipstick,
Yep.
or
That's-
this perfume, or this facial cream.
Absolutely.
All of those things.
Yep.
All of those things. But I think initially the advertisements were broken up into this is for the men and this is for the women,
Right.
because the women, it was always about the household products,
Right.
especially in, later in the I'm old. It was about household products,
Well, that's why they called them soap operas.
because it happened during the soaps,
During the day.
during for
No,
the women.
They would sell the soap products
Right.
during those programs. Women were home, whatever. So again, it goes back to money.
And it still kind of happens that
Yeah.
way. It really does. And it is definitely about money.
Yeah.
So the ultimate selling of sex is prostitution.
Okay, so the more literal.
Yeah,
straight-
that
straight
is
to the-
straight to the point.
straight to the
That is-
point.
That is the
Okay.
selling of sex.
So outside that being illegal in some places,
Which it probably shouldn't be.
okay, let's talk about that.
Okay, we can talk about that. We can talk about that.
Why do you? Let me ask you first, Thelonious. Do you think prostitution should be legal?
I don't know.
Do you think women should be able to sell their body for money?
And men.
And men.
Well, it's nobody's business, so nobody's gonna buy you. Don't worry.
I think it should be illegal for men to sell.
Well,
Nope.
not illegal for
Listen,
women.
there are women
Double
who
standards.
would buy. So
Yeah.
stop thinking
Yeah,
of it
yeah,
as
I've been-
being.
I've been-
But we
You
don't
know,
want we don't want to see them on the corner.
I've been to the strip club. I went there one time when I went to
One time.
one time, first adventure in my life. I wanted to see something different.
Be
Okay.
quiet.
Yeah,
Just,
one
you
time.
just leave her alone. Just
One
leave her
time,
alone.
because I'm
Okay.
like, I've been to the one with the girls. I'm like, I needed to experience the one with the guys.
Right.
And then there were ladies there in
Yeah.
front. Oh, I'm like,
Absolutely.
oh wow, what is-
Absolutely.
it was boring, but
Did you get money?
no, I just
No.
watched because I went there to watch. I wanted to see
but
what
you,
it was
when you
about.
watch, you got a good money.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I went to a male strip club and it was just like, this is the grossest thing
Really?
ever.
It was, to me, it was boring.
Women was acting worse than the men.
The women were off the chain. That was the funny part. The women were off the chain. But to me, it was just like, if this sweaty, gross man comes over here and start grinding on me, I'm gonna feel a certain type of way. It just did not do anything to turn me on. in
Exactly.
any
That's the
kind of
point.
way.
Like
Right.
they didn't have, because men don't really have much to show.
No, wait a minute. There's a guy who's a male stripper. I was just watching this on YouTube or whatever. He was saying that he would never let his woman go to a strip joint because he says, I know how they are, because he performs there.
Right.
And there's no way I'm letting my woman
Go
go to those,
there.
because you have women, all right, that'll go to these strip
Probably
clubs
people that are sex stabbed.
and do whatever, and even do sexual acts with
The strippers.
Yes.
Oh my god.
yeah. So it does go both ways, and
Yeah.
you know,
No, I'm not looking at a guy and be like, what do they have to show? They go topless and they have probably pants on, and then they
There you
rip
go.
up the
It's like
pants,
this.
and they rip up the and they rip up the pants, and they have
Right.
just the panties on, and they're dancing.
Panties?
Whatever it's called. I don't know. Yeah, and that's it. And
Yeah,
what's
it-
supposed to turn
It
me
was
on?
not sexy. It was not sexy.
Well, some of the women, it was sexy too.
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
And like I said, they were putting them.
It was.
No, I've seen.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
and
Really?
Yeah.
there, after this is over, I'm gonna tell you what to go look up, and you'll see that is like crazy
Across the
off
board.
yes.
It's across the board.
Yes.
Black, white,
Yeah.
Latino,
Did not-
it's across the
did
board.
not do
Them
nothing
women was
for me.
out of control.
So back when I had my when I had my adult novelty business, right? And we would do parties, home parties, and a lot of the women were there, and they couldn't wait for that little short, what's his name? Cat Williams looking dude to come walking by in his, as you say, panties all greased down and whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugh.
And they just throwing money. Just money. They was all over, whatever. So the guys that was in there.
So that means women have to work harder than men, because women. So I went to the.
No, they don't.
No.
Well, I went to the female strip club instead of. I felt bad for them, even though people are like, oh, they're making more money than you can ever dream of, blah blah blah. They're so rich and all. But I felt bad for them, because why am I gonna let someone? Because you want to give me money, you're gonna pull money here or try and touch me. You could touch them, tap their ass, smack their ass, whatever. I'm like, why?
So typically,
Never.
that's not allowed.
Yeah.
Because they come down
Right.
and be on you, and then the guys, they just touch you, put the money over your boobs, and
So
and
all right. So if I'm a club owner, right, this is how you make your money. You're gonna get the girls out there. The girls are gonna do whatever and get the guys to, throw dollars up there. That's theirs, right? But you also, after you get off the stage and you got these guys all, hot and heavy and heated up and whatever, you go talk to them. Now, remember, I said, the whole idea of them thinking they're going to take this girl.
Right.
So in their head, they're like, oh, I need to talk to her because I might have a chance and this and that, whatever. So she gets there and she's all nice to him and talks to him. Next thing you know, would you like to buy me a drink? Right. So you get a drink, they get a drink. Drinks like $30, $40.
Yep.
Right. A $3 drink. So they're making money from that. Then you talk, they have this nice conversation and drink after drink and whatever. Then she says, you want a lap dance? Right. So now you get the touch. You can't touch in the respectable places. You're not supposed to touch, but some stuff happens. But after that, you go to that back room and you get a lap dance for so many minutes, I guess, whatever. And you're paying like, I don't know how much it is because I ain't been the one since 90 or 89, whatever. But you would pay $20, say back then. You pay $20. She rubs all over you, whatever. And then you wanted to continue. That's another $20. So anyway, she's making her money, and the club is making their money because one, they might have paid an entrance fee, right?
Right.
And they made a killer profit off the drinks. And you can't come in and not drink anything. You have to. They're gonna.
They use like 2 drink minimum or something like that.
And if you want to sit up there, they're gonna say, well, you need to have something there. So that's the sex is selling the profits for the bar.
Right.
The sex is the one that's driving the liquor industry, is driving the basic everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
The clothes that they wear. All everything.
Oh, that was another. So when I was selling the items, they always had to have those stiletto boots.
Right.
So that was money. So that's selling. That's helping me sell stuff. And they always got to change the outfit and whatever, not look the same. So all of this stuff because they're trying to make money because guys sex sells.
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. So prostitution, consenting adults
should be able to do what they want as long as it doesn't hurt anybody.
Right.
I agree.
I don't want to see sex trafficking. I don't want to see these teenagers out there getting harmed in any kind of way.
Right.
But if you're an adult,
why do you think it is illegal?
I don't know. Because I feel like if it was legal, you could make profit and the government would get their taxes cut
on there, right.
So I'm not sure.
I think one of the reasons is the health aspect of it. They don't want to make it legal because the spread of diseases and all types of stuff, and a lot of times they figure that they might have drug issues and whatever. But when they do it out in Nevada, all that's regulated.
Right.
They get tested.
Right.
So they figured out a way to get their money. The government's always going to do something for money, whatever. So I think that's what it is. And then other than that, I don't see why they...
I mean, okay, so we do it like a license. Like I am the profession I'm in, I have to have a license to practice in the state of Maryland. I have to pay a certain amount every year, and I have to continue to get credits along the way, right? So the state is making money off of me if I plan on continuing working in this field. So if you are a licensed professional, a licensed sex worker, you have to pay your yearly fee. You have to every 3 months go to the doctor and get tested. You have to do A, B, C, and D. And if you don't do all these, you can't work anymore.
Okay.
Now that's not going to stop people from working, because then they go back to doing it legally.
Just like legal marijuana, they still sell it on the streets.
Right, exactly. But at some point, like she's getting tested, and those kind. And he too is getting tested and those kind of things. So I'm not really sure if.
So let me ask you something. All right, you don't know if it should be legal or not, Felonious. All right, so you have no opinion on it, or you just never really thought about it.
Never thought about it.
You're adamant it should be legal, long as whatever. So let me ask you something. What about the porn industry? What's the difference between somebody having sex in the privacy of their own hotel room or whatever for money versus putting it out in front of the camera,
I'm
having
not really
sex
sure
for
there's
money?
a
Because none of the porn actresses are doing it for free.
Right.
So what's the difference?
Right. I'm not really sure.
They're more expensive.
There is a difference.
Oh, they're more classy.
And they should be tested too.
And they're celebrities.
Yeah,
they become celebrities.
Yeah. You can have a multi-billion-dollar career from one sex tape. Like, I'm not really sure what difference.
It's not tape. So people like to watch.
Yeah.
So
some people. We ain't gonna say names.
Not me.
Like to watch.
Nobody called your name.
Right. Nobody said anything.
So again, it sells, right? Sex sells, and it's also it's money driven.
It's absolutely money driven. Yeah. Absolutely.
So did you know? Did you know? This is on the side. You probably don't remember, but you remember the Betamax?
Oh my God!
Right?
Yes.
So back in the day, they had two different
old.
videotape cassettes, right? They had the VHS, but they
I know the VHS.
VHS. They also had Beta.
I'm so
right.
old.
So it was different machines. They, Beta was like smaller, but and, whatever. Do you know what was the driver of Beta going out of business and VHS actually overtaking them?
Or they were using VHS for porn?
Porn.
Stop it! Really?
The porn industry. Yep. The porn industry.
Wow.
The porn industry and they're getting on everything on VHS.
Wow.
So when I was
I'm sure now streaming has killed the VHS.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No. Sex sells everything. Sex sells everything, and it's even like innuendos and commercials that you think are just everyday. You ain't paying attention to commercial, right?
Stuff, right?
It's just like all kind of stuff just slid in there, and you just like.
All right. So
what did they just say?
Like you said, the phallic symbol.
Yes.
Right. So. Have that with the lipstick, somebody eating a banana.
Yes.
Yes. So they inject that. So it's not overtly, but subconsciously you attract to that.
Right.
So yeah, it's.
Listen, I told you we went to see the ruins in Rome, and I was fascinated by it. But the thing that stuck in my head the most was the penises were carved into the walkway to show you where the brothels were. So it's just like, sex has been with us forever.
Right.
There has been prostitution forever.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm checking. I don't know, because you might call something different.
What is wrong with you?
No, I'm sorry. She.
Yeah. So it's been with us forever.
From the beginning of time.
It's been with us forever. And prostitution has been with us from the beginning of time. What
do they call prostitution?
I don't know what.
The world's oldest profession.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes. And it's true.
It is.
It is true. So, yeah. Sex sells everything.
So do you, obviously there's a difference. Are there any differences in how sexuality is used to market products to men versus women?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So give me an example.
I don't know I'm trying to figure out what's for women. I don't know.
I could tell you what it is for men, right? Especially when it comes to even soft drinks, the splash, the pool is so cool and refreshing. Then you got this girl who's in, scantily clad stuff. I mean, just
it's mostly
whatever.
women they use for
yeah.
So men,
so that goes to men and women.
maybe a muscle man.
Right.
I'm trying
all
to
days.
think.
It's all days, not just
all
these
days.
days. It's been all days. It goes to both.
Yeah. So you have some certain things that they market to women. That's and I think it's more from what I observe. I think it's more or less, hey, be like this
in order to have
get
this. Yeah.
Right. Instead of like men is like, hey, get this. Maybe you might have a chance in getting this. You know.
I think men is overt, and women is what's the opposite of that?
Covert.
Covert, yeah.
But even like M&M's candies, right? So they got the M&M candies, and they got the M&M lady with the big
long
eyelashes
lashes
and the legs and the heels.
She's got the high heel boots.
Right.
She's got the thigh high boots. Yeah.
And they're falling in love with her. So you know, it's everywhere.
And then you have some people that use the gecko. Isn't that what is the insurance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
but again, like you can see it in all aspects of life, like books, movies, obviously. What's something that you have seen that actually attracted you to it because of that? Like because of this, how did sex sell to you?
I don't know.
Movies?
Oh, I first started with not movies. I started with novels.
Novels? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Romance novels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And used to get you hot, like, oh my God.
Yeah, I definitely like a good erotic story. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, oh my God, no.
Yeah.
And-
But for me, sex sells in a movie if it's somebody hot that's gonna be in that movie.
Okay.
Like Idris Elba could be in anything.
The one that sold to me was oh, he's smiling too much.
I already know.
Yeah, 50 Shades and the 360. Oh my
Okay.
God. The
I gotta
360
see
guy.
360. I
The
haven't seen
360
that
guy was hot.
365.
He was hot.
365.
365, whatever. It was hot. It was no. Yeah, that one was He was like,
So
he made
yeah,
me think about it.
sex sells. You know.
Okay.
I mean, did you think I'd be going to see Fast and Furious because it's some intelligent thing that I need to learn?
Because you like cars.
Right? Yeah, sure did.
You're a motorhead.
Yeah.
365, the guy, and even though what he did was like crazy, but then it was like, I don't care. I just want that to be me, the girl.
So we already established you like being kidnapped.
No.
No, so it's a lot of stuff out there for women that sex will sell for women.
Right. So is it different between movies, television, music, or music videos?
Music everywhere. So it's not even a thing anymore. Music videos, that's like the number one.
Oh.
Go-to.
Yeah.
The
But
artists,
I'm telling
everybody.
you, back in the day, it was a whole big thing. It was a whole big thing.
Well, you don't
Tip
see
drill?
so the
Yes.
movies, you don't all this thing. That's what I'm saying. Like it's mostly to attract guys, because in all these movies, all this music videos and stuff, it's mostly women naked.
Oh, yeah,
shaking
yeah.
the ass.
Yeah.
But you know
doing
what? No,
that.
but I'm gonna disagree on that, because there's a lot of that. Again, it's more or less women looking at it, not so much, oh, I like that girl, she's hot, this and that, whatever. It's more or less, oh, I want to be like that. I want to do the same thing that she's doing. And you could tell once a music video comes out and they have a girl in there doing something, whether it be twerking, what is it back in the day, Tootsie Roll, whatever it is, right? Then what happens? They all do it because they want that same attention from the guys or girls, whatever. But it's just different. They market it to women to say, hey, be like this.
I get what she's saying though. Most of the women are naked. The guys have all their clothes on for the
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
So
because I think guys are more visual, right? And women, again, they're not, just like you said, if a guy was out there with his chest out, it was like, okay, who cares? You can see that any day. But a guy will see the woman in something that he think he could see. Can I see that? Did you see that? Right? Pause that. Let me zoom. Stuff like that. That's going to get the guys, but it's also going to get the girls, because the girls are going to be like, oh, I want to wear that.
I need to wear that. Okay.
Right? And I'm going to do this at the beach. I'm going to do this at bike week. So I think that's the difference. They know the women are going to be imitators, where guys are going to be.
They just want to see
hit
something.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just want to
Yeah.
see something. As long as they can see it, they good.
All right. So do artists and entertainers use sexuality for empowerment, shock value, or both?
All of the above.
I would say shock value. I won't say empowerment, because I don't think anybody who's using it. I think if they say I'm doing this because of empowerment, I think that's BS.
Well, I think it was a whole group of women, especially when MTV came out, that because women was clearly sexualized during that time. I think it was a whole group of women performers who was just like, I'm gonna take some of that power back, and I want to do this as a shock value. I don't think that they necessarily. I think that they wanted to take some of the power back.
Yeah,
so maybe.
I don't see how that really empowers empowered them though. It didn't say, all right, so if you look at, okay, if you could do it, I can do it. Okay,
Right.
you're still going to be treated differently.
True.
Right.
True.
But the shock value is what's going to get it. For, if a woman comes up there, like, let's say, let me say Little Kim.
Okay.
Right? And she has this video. Matter of fact, the one with she had the different color wigs on. I know you see me in the video.
Okay, true. Okay. Okay.
So automatically she's gonna see that. The video she did with Ladies Night, or I guess it's called Ladies Night or something like that. She had the porn star in there.
Right.
Shock value. When she has her album cover, she's sitting there with her legs cocked open. Shock value.
Yeah.
Right. Guys will see that. People was buying Ice-T's album just because they saw the girl, his girl on there,
Yeah.
Darlene.
Yeah.
Right. That's the difference. So
Okay.
we need the Hot Topics podcast needs some shock value.
No, we
You
don't.
can't.
We
He
good.
can do it. He can do it.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he can do
People
it.
will run. We trying to get them to join in.
So now let's keep on this man versus woman thing. Do you think they're judged equally?
No, it's never been judged equally. Ever.
Ever?
Ever. I don't think it's ever going to be judged equally. Ever.
Okay, so if you have, all right, let's talk song lyrics. So if a guy comes out there and he says, F this, F this, I'm gonna do it, whatever, how this stuff is today, right? He's getting judged less harshly than a woman who says the same thing?
Yes.
You think?
Yes.
What do you think?
I'm neutral.
She's like, I'm neutral. I'm
I'm agree with you.
I'll never forget. We were in a car one day, and I don't know whose song it was. It probably was Little Kim's. And my husband was like, "Oh my God, did she just say that?" And I was like, "Did you not just listen to the song before that, where he was saying all of the same things that she said?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
what?
I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so raunchy.
Yeah. Did she just?
So
say
they
that?
expect women to be proper. And
Yes.
stuff
Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
I agree with that.
Whatever.
So.
As
don't
long
even-
as you're not having sex with her.
Yeah. Now we talked about the different cultures.
Did we?
Yeah, we
Okay.
talked.
She was saying
viewed,
that. Okay.
Like
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
repressed society, right?
Whatever. It's a whole lot of repressed societies out there.
In your society, where they even in porn, they don't. A lot of times they don't even show everything. They kind of, we call it, digitize it out.
Yes.
Right.
What else could be my society?
Japanese. So
they're probably a little more free about sex than we are in the United States.
Not when it comes to that.
Okay.
Because if you ever go put that little search engine in there, Japanese midgets or whatever, and then
What?
I mean, for example, for
Is that what you search up? Oh my God.
For example.
Wow, that was so specific.
For example,
That was so detailed. Wow.
I'm just saying this for example. But
Japanese midgets.
when
That's what you like? Oh, wow.
when it comes up, and compared to the rest of them, they're not going.
They're not full frontal. They're not.
It's full frontal, but they kind of use the digital thing to blur it out.
Okay.
So
You would
see
know.
I think that was a shot at me, the midget.
What?
The midget. What I really do.
But he would know that they blow it out and stuff like
Well,
that.
no,
You would know. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I would know. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So but and conversely, when you look up, African maidens, it's the same thing. They don't blur out nothing, and the society is totally different, right?
Oh Lord.
But they show everything
Somebody help me.
in the bush.
What is wrong with you?
I'm just saying.
So, family, leave us some comments about how you feel and does sex sell. We're going to wrap this up now because we're going to fight him soon. Because he has gotten on my last nerve today.
So the bottom line is sex does sell.
Absolutely.
In every aspect, regardless of what you say, you can you probably put it in selling baby diapers. Some sort of way, they'll throw it in there too. Hot moms.
Yeah. Okay.
They'll put, so yeah, like Lamb Chop says, send us your comments. What do you think? What are your thoughts? And we're going to work on our shock value for Hot Topics podcast.
Actually, we're not.
We are. We're going to work on some shock value. Right, Felonious?
No.
He didn't include himself in that. You know, he gonna put us out
I
there.
don't think I could shock too many people though.
Okay, we're gonna talk about this song.
Oh, word of the day. We need to start doing that in the middle of the program.
Yeah, so we don't forget.
Word of the day.
I don't know. Sex. No, didn't we have that? We just had that one. We can't have
All right.
sex again.
Did we have sex before?
I think so.
Oh, I just said that one.
Not yet. So, let's say the word of the day is lipstick.
Lipstick. Okay. All right, we'll take it.
You guys, thank you for joining in, and catch us for the next one.
Thank you, family, for listening to the latest episode of Hot Topics. As usual, listen, like, share, subscribe. Ta.